And yes, I have my Christmas stuff up already. Mama had the urge. And see the little gate so the baby doesn't go after it. I just have the, I don't know if you can even see it, but I just have the one ornament up right now. Don't even have the topper of the tree. Don't judge me. Okay, so the video I'm going to talk about today is going to be, it's actually pretty serious situation that happened about, we're in 2018, and October just passed, so 16 years ago. I used to live in Maryland, so the whole DMV area, I don't know if y'all know, it's a tri-state area, so you can literally get from state to DC like very, very quickly. So I was in 11th grade. It was 2002, October 2nd to be exact, is when kind of all of this stuff started. And if I look down, I apologize. I just want to kind of give you guys an overview of what exactly happened. Because everywhere it was happening, like Wheaton, Aspen Hill. There was a couple in Aspen Hill, Kensington, Maryland, in DC, in Virginia, and it was all at like Home Depot, a couple of different gas stations, a Shoppers grocery store, literally just gunned down for no reason, doing just everyday stuff that anyone has to do. Going grocery shopping for your family, for dinners, and then loading up your car. And there was another one, a taxi driver filling up his tank at a mobile gas station. He was shot. Then there was a guy on his job mowing the lawn at like Auto Mall, and he was gunned down. It's literally just doing everyday events. And then after all of that, they decided to call it the DC Sniper. So y'all probably have heard of that, no matter where you live, because it was a huge case. They ended up killing, I think altogether 17, because they started off in like Arizona and stuff, but in the DMV area, they killed 10. And I think injured another 3 more. So one of them I want to talk about specifically was the one that happened at Leisure World in Aspen Hill. Now Leisure World is something where it's kind of like for an elderly, there's an elderly community, and then literally right next to it is a shopping center, and it's got honey baked ham. Well, at least back then it was Burger King, there was Starbucks, there was just a bunch of different stuff, and those elderly people would just come on over and shop. Now I believe it was like a 34-year-old lady. Well, they said she was like a housekeeper, so I'm assuming she just helped out at the elderly community in Leisure World. And she had just gone off the bus. She started reading a book right on a bench in front of one of these stores, and she was gunned down just sitting there on the bench. Now that, like I said, since I went to Leisure World all the time. It was only 10-15 minutes down the street from my house. Then actually, it was either the next day or a couple of days later, I drove past it. I didn't even go into Leisure World, but I drove past the area, and you can still see the yellow tape and like the bullet hole in the window.
Residents stayed indoors as a pair.
It was just really eerie and sad. And so when all of this happened, like I said, it started October 2nd. It didn't end till like the 24th of October. So it was a month long where nobody knew anything.
October 3rd, 2002, suburban Washington exploded.
A man is being killed in front of me. A man just fell in the parking lot.
There's a lady, she's not moving.
4 people shot execution style in broad daylight, each killed by a single sniper round.
We weren't sure if it was a terrorist style attack. We weren't sure how many shooters we had out there.
There was witnesses that say there could have been a white utility van like this one. So we were all scared. I remember specifically, I know I was in 11th grade, but I was one of the late people to get my license. So I didn't have my license, didn't have a car. So me and my sisters would still, well, I was in 11th, so my one sister, we were still taking the bus. So every time we'd see one of these white utility vans pass, we would all scatter, like the entire, so we had a huge, and I'm actually gonna do another video about that, about my childhood, but we had so many kids in my neighborhood and like other neighborhoods around. So literally whenever we would see a van, we would all just scatter. Like some of us would go behind the apartment building like sign and just literally scatter. And that's what they said. They said if you were in groups and you know, to scatter, so that the shooter wouldn't know where to shoot. I know another thing is that we live very close to a couple shopping centers. So my mom would just have me and my sisters walk to the store to get any kind of dinners or anything that we need. And that was another thing that the news and people would tell us is we would like have to like walk in staggering motions. Don't just walk straight because of course they know exactly where you're gonna go if they're gonna try to shoot you. So if you stagger, you know, they might, oh, you're going over here. Oh, psych, they went this way. You know, it's like, it's harder for them to find out your next move. So if they were to try to shoot you, it's better to just be moving around. So that's what we would have to do as well. So we'd be walking up to the stores, staggering back and forth. So it was scary. I don't know, just think about having a shooter literally killing people all around you at all these normal places that you actually, I physically have been to the Home Depot, I physically have been to these gas stations. One man in DC was literally just, he was 75 years old, I believe, literally just walking down Georgia Avenue in DC and he shoots him. So literally you could be doing anything. So it was scary as hell. I also know that they shut down all outdoor activities for schools. So like if you're in elementary school, no outdoor recess. All the sporting events and stuff that was happening, canceled. Also, I don't know if wherever y'all live, they do powder puff. They probably do, but if you don't know, it's when it's like juniors versus seniors, and it's the girls are the ones that play football, and then there's guys on the sideline that's the cheerleader, you know, like for fun, but it's mainly for the football game. So, you know, you would have a couple of practices, and then there'd be one night where there'd be a game and the girls could play. And ever since it was before I went to high school when I found out that they did something like that. And if y'all know me, I'm a huge sports fanatic. Like, I don't care what sport it is, I like to play it. And literally football is my favorite sport to watch and play. So I was all for this powder puff. So I've been waiting my whole entire existence for these couple of years, my junior and senior year, so I can have it. Again, it was my junior year. Sniper came around. Boom, guess what was canceled? The powder puff game. So my heart was ruined. The following year when we were a senior, we did crush the juniors. So I know we would have crushed the seniors the last year. Like, I am so mad. We have some talented, athletic bitches, or women, excuse me. I just like the word bitches, in my class. Like, I was talented as hell. We had so many other ones. Like, for instance, Callan. Hey, Callan, if you're watching. That chick tried out for our boys football team. Like, that's badass, okay? So yeah, we would have beat him regardless, but I was just hurt that I couldn't play both years. But so yeah, besides not being able to do anything all month long as far as, you know, outdoor activities, even just being outside, you didn't want to. You just wanted to stay indoors. Like, it was scary. You didn't know what the heck was gonna happen. So they finally caught who it was. It was this older gentleman, I want to say 49, James Allen Muhammad, and then his accomplice was a 17-year-old Lee Boyd Malvo. Now he said like he needed a father mentor because his father wasn't there, so Muhammad was his mentor, and that's what he teaches him. Yeah. So Muhammad ended up getting the death sentence, and he was actually executed by lethal injection on 2009. And actually, when I was doing a little bit more research, just so I can kind of be up to date on all this stuff, when I was about to make this video, Malvo, about a year ago, there was some law passed or something that said any juvenile that was convicted of a life sentence, because he was convicted of murder and sentenced to life. So whoever was sentenced to life as a minor was able to have a retrial. I'm sorry, but you're 17. I'm sorry. You gotta know it's not right to just shoot people. Oh, and then this is how they shot people. They had like, I think it was like a Cadillac, this little hole that they have right there. That's where they would put the gun out and shoot these people, these innocent people. And here's a diagram right here that shows like them laying, this is how they would lay down in the trunk of the car and pick people off, just like it's a daggone video game. Anyways, that was my experience of me surviving that crazy, sad, depressing ordeal. Hope y'all enjoyed my little story time. I know it wasn't like a happy story time, but it was something very serious that I did go through. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've got a bunch more videos lined up that I think you guys are going to enjoy and like and all that stuff. So like, comment down below if you had the same kind of situations that happened to you. Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching.